What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to Unstoppable, the elite mind and body podcast for men. I'm your host, Taj Howell. Welcome back to the show. Today, we're doing episode 36. We're getting up there in episodes right now, you guys. It's pretty fucking fun. Episode 36. I want to preface this episode with the fact that there is going to be swears, so if you're sensitive, keep on fucking scrolling, okay? So, first and foremost, what is the topic of this episode? This is a very important episode. If you care about your life at all, you will watch this episode or listen to this episode if you're listening on the podcast. The episode is why and how to stop caring about what other people think of you, okay? Why should you not care about what other people think of you? And how do you go about not caring about what other people fucking think of you, okay? I want to preface this podcast by telling you guys that if you live your life caring what other people think of you, you're going to live in a perpetual state of fear. Your whole life, you're going to live afraid, okay? If you care what other people think, you are going to live in a perpetual state of fear, unavailable to talk to people, you're not going to have the ability to get yourself out there on podcasts. You're not going to have the ability to get yourself out there on video. You're not going to have the ability to get yourself out there and sell anything. You're not going to have the ability to shake people's hands firmly, look them in the eyes. You're not going to have the balls to go and talk to the girl. You're not going to have the ability that you need to get out of your comfort zone and do hard stuff. If you care what other people think, if you truly care what other people think, you're going to live your life in a perpetual state of fear, okay? So let's begin this podcast by talking about, first and foremost, why this is the case. Because if I tell you right now that, you shouldn't care about what other people say on your social media posts, or if I say right now that you shouldn't care about dancing at the gym because who gives a shit what other people think of you? If I tell you right now that it does not matter what you do as long as you're authentically yourself, the people that like you are going to love you. The people that hate you are going to hate you. You can't please everybody. It's not going to matter unless you understand why. So let's get into the why, okay? There's 5 reasons why. Why you should stop caring what other people think. Reason number 1, okay, is because seeking external validation equals depression, okay? If you're seeking external validation from someone other than yourself, that's what external means, you're going to be depressed, okay? And I'll tell you why. You can't control people, okay? You can't control what other people think of you. You can't control if someone finds you attractive. You can't control if someone thinks you're ugly as hell. You can't control if people think you're stupid, if people think you're arrogant. You can't control if people think you're nice and they love you. You can't control if you want to start relationships with people. You can't control people. You cannot. So seeking validation from anyone other than yourself is a one-way ticket to a depressed state of mind, because you're seeking happiness in other people's approval of which you cannot control. Okay? It doesn't matter how many good things you do. Okay? Nelson Mandela went to jail for I don't even know how long, and he's like the best dude in the world, right? You can't please everyone. They'll still throw you in jail. Look at Andrew Tate. I don't care what you guys think of Andrew Tate. I love him. They still threw him in jail. All the good stuff he's doing. If you're seeking validation from external sources, you will have an extremely hard time truly feeling happy, okay? The only place that I personally and truthfully, and I can tell you this without a shadow of a doubt because I've been the guy who's just wants social media likes, just wants followers, cares so much about what other people say on social media, cares if there's a negative comment on my social media, blah, 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 blah. I've been that guy. And I've also been the guy who doesn't give a solitary fuck what anybody thinks. And I just show up the way that I want to show up because I know that what I do is valuable. And I know that the type of person that I am is a valuable person. And I know that the people who are going to like what I say and enjoy my content and enjoy my posts and enjoy what I do are my people. The people who don't, they're not my people. So swipe, go to the next page, That's the way that I operate. I show up as my true, authentic self, and my only validation comes from me keeping the promises that I make to myself. So my promises to myself, I'll read you guys my non-negotiables right now so that you can understand, okay? My non-negotiables that I read every single day, first thing that I do when I wake up is read these. These are my non-negotiables as a man, okay? I am a leader worth following. I serve God in all that I do. I trust myself. I love myself. I believe in myself. Unstoppable podcast is done daily, Monday through Friday. My number one goal is to stick to all of my leading indicators in my business, the things that generate results in my business. 2 reels a day consistently. I wake up at 5 a.m. every single day. I listen to motivation and I read my Bible every single day before 5:30 a.m. I read 1 book a month. I perform my morning routine every single day. I do business coaching every single day. I don't drink alcohol after dark. And my number one priority is my own mental state every single day. Okay. Those are my non-negotiables. Those are my non-negotiables. If I stick to all of those things, okay, and obviously the gym is in there, going to gym and working out, but that for me, that's just like, that's so easy that it doesn't even, I don't even write it down because it's just innate. But for me, if I do all the things that I say I'm going to do on a daily basis, and I prove to myself on repeat over and over and over and over and over again that I keep all of my promises, that I am a man of my word, that I do what the fuck I say I'm going to do, what happens is my validation comes from myself. My validation comes from me knowing and understanding that I'm fully confident in my own abilities and what the fuck I'm doing. That's where your validation should come from. So number one reason why to stop caring about what other people think is that you will never truly be happy if you're seeking external validation. Your validation should come from knowledge of who you are and the certainty you have of the life that you're creating. Number 2, second reason why to stop caring what other people think is to get over the fear of judgment. Okay? Get over the fear of judgment. So I want to bring up something right now that's kind of funny. You know, you ever like, have you ever been around people and you can just tell they have a judgy tone? You know what I mean? They're just like judgy. Like I don't even know how to explain it. They're just like, they judge you by just looking at you. Maybe you got tattoos or something. Or maybe you're like drinking a little too much and you're a little bit too loose at the party. And you can just tell that motherfucker is judging you. You can just tell, you just feel it, right? I want to encourage you to not care at all about that. Because again, and I'm going to bring this up again, just like I did yesterday, the only person who can judge you truly is God. Period. The only person who can judge you truly is God. No one can judge your actions. Okay. Yes. I mean, if you're a criminal, if you get arrested for doing something crazy, yes, they can judge you, you can throw your ass in jail. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about random people judging, being judgy judgers, like judgy judgersteins. You know what I'm saying? People that just judge you for being you. Stop caring what those people think, because the only entity that can truly judge your life and tell you you're not good enough is your creator, is God. That is the only person who can judge you. So why to stop number 2 is because other people's judgment doesn't matter. The only person's judgment who matters is God. That's it. Okay. Reason number 3 to stop caring what other people think of you is that if you don't care what other people think of you, you will be authentically your motherfucking self. Okay. You will authentically be yourself. I don't know if you guys notice, but I'm funny sometimes. Okay. I go on these podcasts and I have this serious tone and I'm delivering these life-changing episodes, but at the same time, I'm funny. Okay. I laugh. Sometimes I swear. Sometimes I say crazy stuff. Sometimes I move my hands in weird positions. If you're listening to the podcast, you can't see it. Maybe go check it out on YouTube. Maybe go check it out on Instagram. But I am being myself. This is how I act. Anyone who knows me knows I'm a funny motherfucker. So why would I try to be something other than what I am on my podcast? I have to do it every day. Okay. And here's the thing, I'll tell you. I've had 2 podcasts before this. Okay. This is the Unstoppable Elite Minded Body podcast for men. The podcast I had before this was a real estate podcast. I never really felt like I was myself on that podcast. I felt like I was trying too hard to do something, trying too hard to be someone more professional than I was, you know? And that podcast never did very well. This podcast is doing fucking great because people like who I am. If you don't like it, stop watching. That's literally how it's supposed to be. Be your authentic self, because the people that like what you're putting out, the people that enjoy your sense of humor, if you have it, or enjoy your tonality, or enjoy the fact that you put yourself out there, even when a lot of people won't because they're afraid to get themselves out there. The people that like you and trust you and love you or want to be around you or whatever, those people are going to stay. And those motherfuckers are the ones who are going to watch the content, who are actually going to stay here and consume it and get value from it, and eventually potentially join my program and do all the other stuff that I have to give people value. So being your authentic self allows you to connect better with people, right? If you come on this podcast and I'm just sitting here monotone in a suit, and all you see is me not smile, and I'm just delivering content to you, and I'm trying to be as serious as possible, I'm trying to be someone I'm not, you're going to tell. You're going to be able to tell, because it's not who I am, right? I'm loud. I'm audacious. I say shit I mean. If you like it, great. If not, great. I'm authentically myself. It's taken me a long time, you guys. I'll tell you right now, the podcast, even before I had the real estate podcast, I had another podcast, and it was called Alpha Mindset. If you guys remember that, if you're an OG and you remember that podcast, this shit is from 2018, 2019. If you remember that, we go way back. But if you don't remember it, I was myself in that podcast, but it was before I started to grow on social media. So as soon as I started to grow on social media, I started to tailor my image. I started to change, started to do all these different things. Dude, now I'm just myself, man. I don't give a solitary fuck what anybody thinks. I'm just going to come on here, deliver the value I know you guys need, drop bombs every single day. And if you like it, great. If you don't like it, go find another podcast. That is the power of being authentically yourself. You're going to attract way more people into your business, into your life. You're going to find the right spouse, the right partner, the right friends, the right people by being yourself. So be authentically yourself. And the only way to do that is by stopping caring what other people think. Okay? That's number 3. Number four is that not caring what other people think improves your self-confidence. Because guess what? If you don't care what other people think, you're always going to shoot your shot. Okay? I've been in sales since I was 16. Okay? I started selling when I was 16. I worked at Best Buy, right? I was a salesperson at Best Buy. It was my second job. My first job was a pizza boy. Like flipping pizzas and stuff. Anyways, Best Buy was my first job. And I started selling then, moved on to The Source, was selling then, became a personal trainer, had to sell sessions, became an online coach, had to sell programs, and I've been selling since I was 16. If I didn't learn how to shoot my shot and try to sell and not care about people hanging up in my face, not care about people saying no to packages at Best Buy, warranties and stuff like that, I would have never been the person that I am. I'm sure it's in your case too. I want you to think back to a time. Maybe you're talking to a girl, or ladies, maybe you're talking to a guy, you know, that you like, or maybe you're trying to close a deal. Maybe you're trying to establish a connection with somebody that you're trying to connect with. Maybe you're trying to, whatever it is. If you have high self-confidence and you don't care what other people think, you will always shoot your shot. Always. Because what's the worst thing that could happen? What? You get embarrass yourself a little bit in front of somebody? Okay. So what? Why does that matter? In the grand scheme of your life, if you embarrass yourself in front of a cute girl as you're trying to talk to her, or in front of your employee, or in front of your coworkers or something, who gives a shit? Doesn't matter. In the grand scheme of your life, none of this stuff matters, right? Not caring what other people think will instantly boost your self-confidence. Instantly. To the level where you can talk to anyone, you can tell anyone anything, you can read off of any script, you can sell anyone anything. You're willing to get out of your comfort zone. You're willing to be live on camera right now. Guys, this is live, okay? If I cared what you guys thought, I wouldn't be live right now. I would film this in a dark room, all perfect, and I try to make it all like concise and stuff like, dude, fuck that. No, do it. Take action. Be yourself. Have fun. Okay. Your self-confidence will improve. That's the fourth reason why you need to stop caring what other people think. Reason number 5. Okay. Last reason why you must stop caring what other people think is if you stop caring what other people think of you, you'll stop comparing yourself to others. And by extension, you'll stop trying to keep up with the Joneses, right? You'll stop trying to you guys know what that means, right? Your neighbor gets a new car, so you got to get a new car, right? Your neighbor across the street gets a convertible, so you got to get a convertible. You whatever it is, or your coworker gets a raise or gets a promotion, so you got to like make sure you get the next promotion. Like, dude, stop comparing yourself to other people. Okay, we're all on a different path in life. We're all on a different path. Okay, I'm 28. I'm on my path. I've coached 412 men to date to change their fitness, to change their physiques, to change their mindsets, to change their lives. I'm very proud of where I've came. If I compare myself at 28 with all the things that I've accomplished, living in an island, having 2 kids, all the stuff that I have. If I compare myself to somebody else at 28 and they've got a Lambo and a yacht and all this crazy stuff, they're like, NFL, what is it? NFL deal. Yeah, NFL deal, whatever. I mean, they're making tens of millions of dollars a year, whatever it is. I could get depressed. I could feel like a complete loser. Or if I compare myself to someone else who's 28, who's maybe addicted to drugs and in a really bad spot, then I can feel like the man. Dude, comparison kills everything because we're all on different paths. None of us have the same parents, the same upbringing, the same resources, the same story, the same experiences, the same examples. We are all different. We're all different. You have to stop comparing yourself to other people. Okay? This is a huge, huge reason. The other reason why, if you stop comparing yourself to other people, you're going to make better financial decisions, right? You're always going to make better financial decisions because why do people have to buy the new car and buy the new iPhone and do all the other stuff unless there's an actual tangible, legitimate reason why they're doing that? Because they just want to look a certain way. It's ridiculous. It's honestly ridiculous because they care so much about what other people think, right? It makes no sense to me. It's like, yeah, if you love a Lamborghini because you genuinely love the car and you want to drive it, like I will buy a Lamborghini 100%. It has nothing to do with the way I look in it. I mean, maybe a little because it's a Lamborghini. It's sick. Come on. But other than that, I genuinely love the machinery that is a Lamborghini. I wrote a report on Lamborghini when I was in like grade 10 because I've always loved the car. Okay, a main reason for me that what I would want one is because I love the actual vehicle, right? But again, if you stop comparing yourself and stop caring what other people think, you're going to make better financial decisions. You're not going to be trying to keep up with the Joneses. You're going to focus on your own wealth. You're going to focus on accumulating cash flowing assets instead of looking rich. You're going to be a better person financially. So that's reason number 5. So let's quickly go through the 5 reasons again. Okay. Why to stop caring what other people think? Reason number 1 is that validation equals depression. If you need validation from an external source, you're going to have an extremely hard time finding happiness in life. The second reason is that if you stop caring what other people think, you'll get over the fear of anyone judging you other than God, because God is the only person who can judge you. Number 3 is if you stop caring what other people think, you will become truly your authentic self. You will show up as your authentic self for your clients, for your community, for your family, for your social media, for everyone that you're doing things for. And therefore they'll feel more connected to you because you're being you. Okay. Reason number 4 is if you stop caring what other people think, you will just innately and immediately have way more confidence. You'll be able to talk to anybody. You'll be able to shoot your shot. You'll be able to jump on the phone, sell people, talk to the cute girl, do whatever you want. Because you're not going to care what happens. You don't care if you're embarrassed or not. Why does it matter? That's number 4. Number 5, 5th reason why to stop caring what other people think is that you will stop comparing yourself to others. You'll stop trying to keep up with the Joneses. You'll stop making bad financial decisions that ruin your future because you don't care what people think. Okay? Stop caring. Now what I want to do is I want to share with you guys how to stop, because I can talk all this shit all day and say, stop caring what other people think. You got to stop comparing yourself, stop buying cars just to show off, stop doing all this stuff. But how though? Like how do you do that? So I want to dive into that because it's actually more important than why. And it's way faster. So how do we stop caring what other people think? The first thing we need clarity on who you are as a person. You need to know who you are. And I just had this conversation probably like literally 2 times today, literally twice today with clients. I've been on coaching calls since 8 a.m. Busy day, but I love what I do. So it's all good. I've had this conversation twice today alone about who are you, right? Like I've got a lot of clients that are like, man, I don't know what decision to make with my business. Should I let this person go? Should I not let this person go? Should I do this? Should I do this? Blah, 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 blah. Like, dude, who are you? Like actually, who are you? Who do you want to become? Who are you now? Who do you want to become? Where are you going? What's the goal? Like, what does the highest version of you look like? What does he look like? How does he act and think? How does he speak? How does he, I was going to say smell, not smell. How does he operate? What are his core values as a man? What kind of decisions does he make on a daily basis? What does his spirituality look like? What do his finances look like? What's the highest version of yourself? Get clarity on who you are first. It's the very first step. In not caring what other people think, you have to know who you are. Because if you don't know who you are, you're going to care what everybody thinks. Because you're like, oh, I don't know if should I be like a soft, gentle person? Should I be fucking crazy? Should I be somewhere in the middle? Should I do like, I've been through this. I know exactly what you're going through. If you feel like you're comparing yourself to others right now and you care what other people think, it's genuinely because you do not know who you are. You do not know who you are. So grab a journal. Okay. Grab a journal and get to writing. Write it out. Who am I? List all of your qualities that you currently have. List all of the qualities that you want to achieve and bridge the gap between the two. Number 1. Number 2, you need to know where you're going. Like what is the direction of your life, right? What is the direction of life that you're in right now? What is the projected outcome of what you're trying to achieve in your life? What does it look like? For me, I know for a fact that I am going to have a fitness coaching company that utilizes emerging tech over the next 10 years to help tens of thousands of men, potentially women, but mainly men, completely transform their lives over the next 10 years. And I'm going to get to a point where I'm helping tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people every single month. That's where I'm going because I know for a fact that that's my potential. So if I know where I'm going and I know who I am, I don't care what other people think about what I'm doing right now because I know that everything I do is working towards that vision. Okay, that's number 2. Number 3, you have to know why you want it, right? You can't get something without having a reason for wanting it because you can say you want something all you want. You can write the vision down all you want. You can map out who you want to become all you want. But if you don't have a strong enough reason why that pulls you and propels you towards where you're going, makes you get out of bed in the morning when you don't want to, makes you put on your running shoes and go for a run even when you don't want to, makes you pick up the phone and dial people even when you don't want to, makes you do the follow-ups, do the thing, take the action, take the risk, you're never going to do it. It's not going to happen. You have to have a why. It's not just about vision. It's not just about who you are. It's not just about knowing where you're going. It's about understanding why. Okay. So you have to have a clear-cut why. If you don't, you're fucked. Okay. You have to have a why. So step 3 is to have a why. The last one is to drill it. Drill it. Drill it. Drill it into your mind. Human beings are so quick to forget stuff. This is like the biggest flaw, I think, of people. It's a blessing and a curse, I think. But it's honestly one of the literal biggest human flaws, I think, in the entire comprehensive list of human flaws, is that human beings are forgetful. They are quick to forget. You have people get sober off drugs. 9 months later, back on drugs. for no reason, like just back on drugs. You've got people who destroy their lives in every way from doing some dumbass shit, whatever it is, lose their family, lose their house, lose their career, lose their everything, fix their lives, get things back on track, and then do it all over again. Human beings are so quick to forget, it makes me literally sick. The only way that a person can literally achieve what they want in life is by drilling into their mind who they are, where they're going, why they're going there. Who they are, where they're going, why they're going there. Who they are, where they're going, why they're going there. Who they are, where they're going, why they're going there every single day for the rest of their lives. If you don't do that, you're just going to fly around. Go over here. You're going to start trading crypto. And then you're going to go over here. You're going to get a real estate license. And then you're going to go over here. You're going to start drinking more. And then you're going to start smoking weed. And you're going to start doing all this dumb shit. If you don't drill into your mind, who am I? Where am I going? Why do I want it? Who am I? Where am I going? Why do I want it? Every single day, you are going to forget. I promise you. You will. So, on that note, longest podcast ever, 26 minutes. Okay. If you've been watching this whole thing, thank you for watching the whole thing. If you're watching the replay, comment replay. I want to see how many people actually comment on the replay. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you're watching this on Facebook, if you're watching this in the group, wherever you're watching this, comment replay. Be like, yo, this podcast is dope. Or, yo, you're an idiot. Nothing you say makes sense. I don't care, because guess what? I don't care what anybody thinks. Again, finishing up the podcast. Love you guys so much. If you love the podcast, make sure to drop a review. If you're listening to this on Spotify, Apple, Google, Amazon, wherever you're listening to this, drop a review. Let us know if you like it. We love you guys so much. Thank you so much. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you in tomorrow's episode. Peace.